Here's a quick little video as a add-on to one of my previous videos where I repaired a clock and I had to polish out all the numerals from the dial because the dial itself was in such bad condition, and the numbers themselves weren't great, so I polished up the whole brass plate on my buffing machine but left me with no numbers. So since then, what I had to do was, the only place I could find this stuff in the world was order some, well, this is what I've got at the moment. It's Waterslide Decal, but it doesn't leave a film. So basically with this stuff, as opposed to a lot of other stuff that you'll find on eBay, this one, when you apply it onto whatever you want to apply it onto, all you're left with is pretty much the ink, as opposed to a, say, transparent film which you can see in certain light with the ink on it. There's only one place in the world I could get this stuff from, was from Australia. They claim to be the only ones who've got it, so it may well be true because I searched everywhere for something like that. In any case, I've printed everything up, the numbers up, numerals. You have to do them in reverse because what you'll see will go face down. And then the idea after that is put it in a bit of water so that the cardboard behind moistens, and then the numerals will then sort of detach from the cardboard itself as such, and then you can put them in place. And I'll just show you how I do that. This is going to be my first time anyway. I did a little test piece and put it on a cup just to see how it works, and it seemed to work really well. So my first job will be to separate all the numbers as close to the numeral as possible. Next, got to soak these in water for a little while. And what I wanted to try to do is get them to be in order. While they're soaking away for a few minutes, I'm going to clean up the dial with methylated spirits. What I am getting on this piece of cloth is residue from the polishing compounds. So now that's all cleaned up, time to begin putting on these numerals. Oops, and that one's already detached. So the card is detached and I'm left with the actual film. With the numeral on it, and I can move that about slightly to get it to just where I want it to be. And the idea is, once you've got it where you want it, you press it quite hard, squeeze out any excess water. I'm not sure how I want this. Trying to decide the orientation that I want, or how it should go. So the numerals I've printed are in italic, which means they're going to lean slightly to the right, and working out what their best positioning is a little bit of a problem to me. But anyway, let's say I decide I want that one there. I'm going to put a piece of tissue over it, press it, and it did say on the instructions you should press quite hard, and I think that gets rid of all the water from underneath. So there's 12. Right, I've got all the numbers on now. I'm not too sure about the orientation of some of the numerals, but you know what, it's only me who's going to live with this, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Next stage is to heat up the area that you've applied the decals to, and then the film that you can see, like let me give you a close-up view of that, where you can see on that ape in particular, you can see the film. Once I've heated all of this up and kind of almost baked on the ink onto the brass plate, then that film just lifts off by itself. Well, lifts off. I can peel off that film, and then that's why they call this the film-free slide decal, as opposed to the other types which I have used before, and they stay looking like that, which in our case is not going to be ideal, not for what I'm doing. For heating up, I'm just going to use my hot air gun. On the slightly lower power, and warm this right up. They also do say about putting the item into an oven, but kind of can't be bothered with that, and hoping I can get the same result just by doing it like this. So I've been heating this now for about 2 or 3 minutes. The brass plate is quite hot. I'm ready to start peeling off the plastic layer. I'm doing this really slowly. You alright?
Yeah. Do you want anything to drink before I sit down?
No.
Okay. Alright?
Yeah, I was just doing a video. You're included again. Come to expect that around here, don't we? Right, that was the first one. That's come off really well, I think. Although I can see a little bit of residue on there, but I don't know, I might be able to clean that off afterwards. So we'll go at this number 2. It's come off, wow. Number 2's come off perfectly. So there we have it, the finished article. I'm really happy with the product. I'm just not so pleased with the way I've done it. As I say, I haven't slanted my numerals consistently throughout the dial, but it'll be one of those things that only I will notice, and really it's only me and you that knows, and if we don't tell nobody, then no one will pick up upon it. Here's the clock in all its glory, all finished. This one's been quite a journey for me. I've had to learn a lot of new skills with this, and for those of you that have seen my other videos, you would have seen me take this whole clock apart so that I could refurbish these columns, repair the areas on top of this which were completely broken and bits missing. I taught myself how to blue the hands, although they may not look that blue in the video. And finally, the nicest thing that I've done, or one of the nicest things, was to be able to put new numerals onto the dial. It's finished now in every sense of the word, a fully refurbished clock. I've enjoyed doing this one, and I can take these new talents onto my next clocks, which should be coming up soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I can entertain you with more videos.